Yo, what's up? I heard you like video games. Cause here's a fucking video game right here. Greetings, superflies. Welcome to Let's Play Spyro, Year of the Dragon. I'm your host, Billy12510. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can't wait to play this game. Oh my god. I'll overwrite the save file. So, little synopsis on Spyro, Year of the Dragon. Spyro, Year of the Dragon is one of the last games of the PlayStation 1 era. This was released in 2000. It is the end of the Spyro trilogy on the PS1. And it is fucking amazing. I'm still a very big fan of Spyro 2. But this game is like so much better than I think any game I've played on PlayStation. To me anyway. I just can't help but love this. I don't know what these icon things are for, though. They don't really serve any purpose, but the hell with it. I guess if you had multiple kids, well. I'm gonna be quiet, though, for like the next couple minutes or so, because we have plot to this game. Huzzah! Actually, I don't think that now that I remember right, not much talking is done in this scene, so point. Oh. So we're going to quietly steal all of these eggs from a bunch of dragons that will probably kick the shit out of us. Oh, don't wake up. Don't wake the sleeping dragon. Also, Hunter's here for some reason. I think he's just their alarm clock, honestly. All of them. Oh. Damn it, Hunter! Oops. Anyway, powerful villain emerges. Ooh.
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now, go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Do-do-do-do-do. Well, I guess we gotta go get those eggs back.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the dragon worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Worlds. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Nice job, Hunter. Way to go. You're gonna hear me say this a lot.
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it.
I don't think it's ever explained why Hunter is in the dragon world, now that I think about it. Anyway, the adventure begins. How eloquently stated. So welcome to Spyro, Year of the Dragon. It plays pretty much like Spyro 2 does. For the most part, as you play as Spyro. There's a bunch of gems in each world, and instead of collecting orbs and talismans, the goal is similar to Spyro 1, but instead of rescuing dragons, we're recovering dragon eggs. Spyro has every move that he had available to him in Spyro 2. His square is a charge attack that can be used to break certain metallic objects. Circle is this flame breath that can be used to dispatch smaller or larger foes. That crap last jar I broke had a 1-up butterfly in it. X is jump. Hitting X while jumping initiates a glide, and if you hit triangle while gliding, you can hover to gain extra height at the end of your glide. just gonna hear this this music in the background for right now 'cause it's really good. Now I needed to sneeze. Bless me. By the way, when I said Spyro had access to every move that he had in Spyro 2, I literally did mean every move. He can swim under rough water in certain areas. He can climb certain ledges, although I don't think that's implemented at all in this first world. And he can do a head bash by hitting triangle when he's in the air, but not while he's gliding. It's used to break open certain chests and destroy certain objects, and I think defeat some enemies. Anyway, I'm gonna note this. We found our egg. Isabelle! Just like Spyro 1, all the eggs have their own names to them, and when you find them, they hatch into dragons, and they have hilarious, kid-friendly animations. It's fun. This game is just fun. It's just fun! Oh boy. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Spyro. To look left or right, press the L2 or R2 buttons. To quickly center the camera behind you, press the L1 or R1 button. You can look all around by holding the triangle button down.
Camera controls. Some of these I'm never actually going to use. It's a rainbow bridge! It's a weird-ass rainbow bridge.
So, you're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh? How sad. Look here, Dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back up that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find an egg, our expertly trained armies will dispose of you and take it back. Do I make myself clear? If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry. And you won't like me when I'm angry.
Never going to find them for 1,000 years. You literally hit it on that fucking ledge over there, woman. Are you... I don't think you know... I don't think 1,000 years means what you think it means. Like... By the way, that old mechanic that's standing over there is back. And it's as annoying as it always was. That guy's moneybags, and he has a different voice in this game than he does. He has a different voice in this game than he did in Spyro 2. Actually, fuck it, let's just talk to him, I guess. Because he's standing next to a cage with an animal in it. Looks like a kangaroo from here. Huh.
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here. Why, I haven't seen you since we defeated him. And Avalar. Well, my business went into a slump after you left, so I came here and struck up a nice deal with the local sorceress. Lovely woman she is. Seems to be very fond of dragons, too.
Sorceress, huh?
The sorceress has asked me to guard Sheila the kangaroo. I suppose if you had a bit more money, I'd be willing to let her escape. Then you could keep her for a pet or something.
So if we gather 300 gems, we can free Sheila the kangaroo from her prison, essentially. That's one of the, Moneybags is basically one of the most hated characters in Spyro because he literally just shows up in places in this game to annoy the shit out of you and charge you tolls. Why? Because he can. So one of the keys to like the Spyro games is that there are home worlds, which there are their own levels. This one I believe is called Morning. It's Sunrise Springs, what it's called. But if I ever forget them again, I can just check in the atlas for them. Yeah, it tells you all the worlds in the game. Sunrise Spring worlds, Midday Gardens worlds, Evening Lake worlds, Midnight Mountain worlds, and Sparks worlds. Yeah, later on in this game you actually get to play as Sparks. So we just have the home world itself, and it also lists every other world that's in Sunrise Spring. As well as all the gems that are in it and all the eggs that are in every world. And you don't even have to go in there to figure it out. So yeah, Sunny Villa, Cloud Spires, Molten Crater, Seashells, Shore. That's a tongue twister waiting to happen. Mushroom Speedway. Yep, Speedways are back because they're in every Spyro game. Sheila's Alp, which is the animal friend world for this level, for this world, and Buzz's Dungeon. It even tells you the name of the boss you get to fight in the world. Yeah. So we could just go into one of the portals in front of us, but I think it's better off we just finish off this world as much as we can right now. I say that, but you can clear everything in the home world in this game. There isn't the backtracking like there is in Spyro 2. Well, that's not entirely true. There are certain events you can't do in some of the levels in the game without a specific animal friend. There's at least one in this world that we can't do without a specific animal friend that we can't get in Sunrise Spring itself.
Yo, Spyro, I just found one of those portal thingamajigs that leads to a different world, but you'll have to glide to get across to it. Press the X button to jump, then press the X button again while you're in the air to glide. Just follow me.
How do you not know what a portal is, Hunter? You come from Avalar, which literally is filled with portals to other worlds. But yeah, he's basically fulfills the same.
I saw something shiny in that cave over there. Let's go check it out. You can get there by hovering. To hover, just press the triangle button at the end of your glide.
Yeah, Hunter fulfills the same role that he did in Spyro 2. He's an occasional mini-game rival, and he's also the in-game tutorial for the opening world.
Oh, I almost forgot. I found this egg.
I think this would be the first thing you tell us, Hunter. Here's Coltrane. They have to come up with names for 150 dragons, too, by the way. Every single one of them is unique.
There's definitely something shiny at the bottom of this hole. I was about to jump down there, but I think I hear running water, and I hate to get wet. It's a cat thing.
Alright, so down we go. So here, if you've played Spyro 2, you know what this is. It is a Superfly power-up. You jump through it and you gain special ability to glide. And you find Amy at the end of this. Future of the Super Glide power-up. And now to get all the gems that are in this cave as well. I don't know what order I want to do this opening world in. I'm going to try my best to 100% everything, as I tend to do with Spyro. Granted, that's not an easy task to do, but I'm going to do it. Thankfully, the home worlds aren't that challenging to 100%. Oh, and as you'll notice, we just have this power-up right here. So yeah, enemy particles, or spirit particles I think they were called in Spyro 2. They don't exist in this game! Thank God! There are still enemies in this game, don't get me wrong about that, but instead of just when they die they drop a spirit particle, they return to their Spyro the Dragon 1 functionality where they drop gems when they're killed. Thank God for that. So why I'm playing this now, because I had no intention of playing this game right now, comes in concert with certain news that has developed literally a couple...
Your game camera is currently in passive mode. This mode requires you to control the camera yourself and moves more slowly. If you like, I can change the game camera to active mode. In active mode, the camera moves much faster.
I won't change it.
Okay, I won't change
You
it.
can change it manually yourself in the options menu if you want. I don't think there's a need to do that. These sheep here are fodder animals. You kill them and butterflies pop out for Sparks to eat. I'll get back to my point of why I'm playing this in a minute while I'm explaining game mechanics. Sparks is essentially Spyro's health meter. As long as Sparks exists, you can take hits. When he's yellow, he has 3 hits remaining. When he's blue, he has 2 hits remaining. When he's green, he has 1 hit remaining before he disappears. And after that, if Spyro gets hit again, you lose a life. Every 10 fodder enemies you kill will give you an extra life as well. Anyway, as for this rock, you can't charge it to death, so let's try head bashing it. Hey, an egg! It's Leo! I'm amazed they managed to hide an egg the size of a dragon egg in that rock. That's impressive. Also, Hunter, how are you over there and simultaneously over there at the same time? I'm confused. Where did you gain your ability to warp space-time like that? Are you a fucking wizard? Are you a wizard, Hunter? Questions for later. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm late for a dinner party at the Tiki Lodge, and the portal to my home just stopped working. Maybe the portal will reactivate after a few more dragons hatch.
So, in canon logic, for why some of these portals don't work, the Forgotten Worlds used to be completely inhabited by dragons at one point. But for some odd reason, they kind of just disappear. Actually, no. I do know why dragons left. But I can't talk about it because that's a spoiler, actually. It's a plot spoiler. But basically, the fact that since dragons left this world, all the magic in the Forgotten Worlds went with it. And that's why the portals don't work. That's why some of the portals don't work. So hatching dragon eggs restores magic to the land, which in concert reactivate some of the portals. So the one to Molten Crater over there needs 10. This is the Mushroom Speedway portal. It takes 20. And if you read the list that I gave you at the beginning of the episode when I opened the atlas, you could probably guess what that seashell-shaped portal leads to, doesn't it? Or can't you? Yes, seashell shores. Also, what's the sign? Spyro, I've got a special task for Sparks. Meet me back here later, Zoe. What later means is you have to defeat the boss of this world first. Also, hello. There's a balloon. What's it doing? Oh god, you gotta be fucking kidding me, I'm missing one gem. So, in Spyro 2 there was a mechanic that let you let you hold all the shoulder buttons, and Sparks would home in. Also, what the hell? Oh right, I have to be in a specific spot to trigger the flag for getting this egg. Cause that makes sense. I hope they got fix that. What do you mean fix that, Billy? This is a game that was released 18 years ago. They can't fix it. They'll get their chance. So today is December. Holy shit. I've gone back in time. Maybe I can find answers to some problems I have right now. Hey, we got everything in the world. We're the best. On February 13th, a Kotaku article was purchased, essentially leaking details of a Spyro trilogy remaster in the vein of the Crash and Insane trilogy that was released last year. Meaning HD remaster, or HD from the ground up remasters of Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Ripto's Rage, and this game, Spyro Year of the Dragon. And if you couldn't tell, I'm a massive fan of both this and the Crash Bandicoot franchise. So you can tell I'm pretty fucking excited of that, the prospect of that being true. They were apparently going to announce it next month, but it got leaked. So we're wildly speculating that it is going to happen, or it's going to come out this September. I was initially going to start LPing this game. The fact that would just prove that it is going to happen in this year is because 1998 was when Spyro the Dragon was released, which would mean this is the 20th anniversary of Spyro the Dragon as a franchise, which would mean this game is 18 years old. It's old enough to vote. Huzzah! Not enough to drink. Although I think if a dragon asked you for a drink, you'd probably give it to him, or else you risk dying.
I'm getting
That's just
paid
me.
a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo locked up. The pesky animal must have been causing a lot of trouble for that poor sorceress. I suppose I could accidentally let the kangaroo escape if you were to pay me, say, a small fee.
It's never just a small fee with you moneybags, but fine, whatever. 300 gems to free Sheila. Sure.
Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday, but for the time being, it's making me rich.
Spyro kind-hearted? Yeah, I'd say he's kind-hearted. Unless you do something to annoy him. No hard feelings. It's a cutscene.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
Wrecked.
I reckon you'd be one of them dragons then.
Yeah, name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know. Then all of a sudden you left. Poof.
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
Something to think about. A neat thing of why this game is called Year of the Dragon is literally, it's just a little fun fact. But Spyro Year of the Dragon is called Year of the Dragon because it was literally released in 2000, also known as the Year of the Dragon of the Chinese Zodiac. The last year, which would have meant that the last Year of the Dragon would have been in 2012. Because of the way the Chinese Zodiac works. It's 12 animals that make up the Chinese Zodiac. Forget what all of them are. And I should remember this because I've seen Jackie Chan Adventures and all the talismans based off the Chinese Zodiac too. This thing. Dog, mouse, pig, dragon, obviously, monkey. Or is it a mouse or a rat? I think it's a rat. Rooster, tiger. I got 7. Horse. God, this fucking sucks, dude. I can't figure this out. Dog, rat, dragon, pig, rooster, horse, tiger. It's not a lion, isn't it? I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up later. For now, next time on Let's Play Spyro Year of the Dragon, we have 3 worlds we can go through, and we'll choose whichever. I think I'll take Sheila up on her offer to visit her at her home, Sheila's Alp, next time. So I've been Billy 510. I'll see you all then.